Welcome gents to my new video. Today we are going to be going over my trading journey from the beginning to the end. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so we're going to go through my old journal here, which you can see looks as. We're going to go all the way to the beginning if my internet does work. While this loads, we can go through a couple of pictures. Okay, so this is a video of me look at me, bro, trading with my fucking cat. Okay, looking at the trade, ICT trade, I believe, just getting it done. What's this? Sweep, power of 3, fair value gaps, market shift structure and stuff like that. You can see that this was basically, if I pop one of these, I think it's this one. Oh, the payout is here. Yeah, so it's basically 10th of August 2023. Okay, so this was, I started in 2022, and obviously I didn't find any older pictures, but this is the first one, 2023. Looks like this. Okay, then we have this picture as well, me at home on my balcony sitting there and watching ICT, and that was also 21st of July 2023. And we have not this one, this video as well, again with my cat, also watching ICT and taking notes, as you can see. And this was 23rd of July. Okay, so you can see that in the beginning what I was doing, I was watching ICT all the time, trying to make things work, and as you know, that did not end well. I had a bit of success, but in the end just all crashed down. No real profitability, didn't pass any accounts. And basically my journey, I'll also show you this. This is my Twitter that I stopped posting, or I post very rarely on. But here I have pinned my first ever trade with ICT. And basically I said here how I'm putting everything, 100% of myself to trading. And I also noted down what would the safe bet be. College, find a job, retire at 64 years old. Normal thing to do nowadays, which I'm not taking that route. Back then, this was 2024. I knew that I don't want to go to college, and I knew that I was in high school at this point, and I just knew that I don't want to do this. Okay, so out of the class that I was in, I was the only one who did not take the tests that you need to pass to be able to go to uni. I knew that this is what I want to do, and I'm gonna make it no matter what. Okay, so there have to be kind of delusional. You have to have the self-belief of that you are going to actually make it. Okay, I'm taking a risk, but I'm willing to do it. Okay. Don't know how long it takes, and I do not care how long it takes, but I will be free one day. The day has come. Okay, so it's been 1 year and 3 months and 23 days since I watched and started my first ever ICT silver bullet trade. It was on my birthday. Okay, that's the crazy thing as well. I thought I was gonna make it with ICT at this moment. This is the picture. As you can see, before that I was doing supply, demand, some average range, line, whatever it is, and you can see that demand failed, obviously. Supply worked kind of in this example, but yeah, I wasn't finding success with anything I tried. I tried the trend lines, I tried the supply, demand, support, resistance, ICT, later down the line CRT, Indian, TJR, tried everything. This is the first trade, the ICT silver bullet, and it actually played out perfectly out of the farm-in fair value gap, as you can see here. But that's not the point. This is one of the rare times this thing actually worked. And in the end, none of it was working. I decided I'll go on my own. I'm gonna do my own thing, and I'm gonna make something out of it. And then I decided to make my strategy basically the simplest it can be. And I'll show you that as well right now. Okay, I'll not show you that right now. We'll get to that, but let's go over my old journal. This is how the journal looks. Basically over 200 and something days I've filled in here of me just taking notes and trading, but this thing won't load for some reason. Okay, here we go. As you can see, more than 200 something trades here and days that I journaled every single thing. And let's go all the way up to the beginning. Hopefully it's gonna load. Let's start from here as of now. Okay, so I was basically documenting in dollars of how much I made that week and also the trades. Okay, so let's take a look at this one, for example. Let's see what I was trading here. This was, what date was this? Okay, so this was 2023. Okay, let's go look at that. GBP, JPY. You can see these trend lines, supply, demand, support, resistance, just some scenarios I want to take. And then after trade as well I have here. Just can't, like, this is so rookie, but it is what needs to happen in order for you to take the trades and in order for you to actually succeed. You have to go through these things, through all stuff. This is one of the trades. Let's see it. Oh, look at the mistakes, bro. Reasoning for the trade, mistakes, engulfing candles. I was using it all. I was trying to find a way to actually succeed at this thing. Let's take a look at this. Oh yeah. Wow, the charts are not looking good, bro. Not looking good at all, bro. So yeah. This thing, bro, just won't load at all. Okay, here's the beginning of the journal. So basically in December 2022 I was trading also Bitcoin and stuff, and look at this, bro. Bro, just unreal stuff here, bro. Look at this. Minus $2.15. The market was some kind of bull move, so I drew a demand zone and waited for the market to reach it. The market went out of the trend line and then reached my zone. Saw bullish candle forming, so I added along with a 1 to 2R. Yeah, the old days, bro. The old days. This is how it looks. I journaled every single day, every single trade I took, and we'll go to the end of this journal now. Let's see where that is. Okay, 2023. Let's look at the after trade here. Let's see how this looks. Okay, so here you can see all the ICT colors. ICT colors, turtle soup, time, lack of displacement, microshift structure, fair value gaps, OTE. What can I see here else? Like, just lots of stuff. Okay. Monday is a good trading day because there's no news, stuff like that. Okay, so you can see here I was actually using ICT and I was not profitable at all with it. I had a bit of success or some belief that it works because it was so, like, it made a lot of logic, but it never really, and it worked some of the time, but never really enough for me to pass some funded accounts or anything like that. Okay, so let's go now to the part where I stopped everything, all of this, and I just decided to do it on my own, develop something of my own, and see where that has gotten me. Okay, so this is my strategy that I used on mainly GBP, JPY, and I think on NQ as well. Basically, the strategy was after the sweep of low or the high of Asia, I would basically just take the first inversion or the first break of structure. And as you can see, there were some good results out here. The RR gain was like, RR was 1 to 1.5. Let's pop some trades here so you can see. And some losses as well. Okay, so this is the first one we have. As you can see, indicator for sessions as well. Asia low sweep, and then we wait for the first inverse after the Asia low sweep. That happens here, and the stop loss would usually go below that inverse, below the fair value that got inversed, and TP at 1.5R. Let's go to the next one. Okay, here we can see the same thing. Asia low was swept. Never gave the okay, this was the only inverse one. Later I developed the if it breaks structure, I'll enter that as well. And basically no inverse all the way up until close to here, this fair value gap inversed, stop loss below the fair value gap, and then 1 to 1.5. Now this strategy, usually, I don't know why this is not loading, I just downloaded the things and then it worked. But this strategy basically worked for a little while. It got some good backtesting results, as you can see here, and this is also an example of a winning day. Like, swept the lows, inversed, and get 1 to 1.5 R. Swept the lows of London session, inversed, and then 1 to 1.5 R. Again, the same thing here. Here again, the same thing. I started implementing like the wicks of the sessions as well. Here, let's see if I can, like, it did some really good results, to be honest. But when I applied it in real time, wasn't actually the best thing, but it was the first thing that actually got me to my first ever account pass. This was the first ever account that I passed here, and you can see it's May 31st, 2025, right before I'm about to jump onto TMB in June. Okay, so I thought that this is the thing that's gonna make me rich now, and I obviously, within the end of the June, when I was about to hop on TMB, this actually got lost. I blew the account because I traded strategy, and it just did not work. Obviously, I journaled every trade and everything, but it didn't really pay off. Okay, the strategy was good on backtesting, but when I applied it live, not that didn't really do the job. Okay, so as you can see, ending every single month in profit here, no mistakes at all. But obviously, when you come to trade the live thing, just mistakes appear. Okay, so the main thing basically is, this is also when I got my first ever mentee. I was teaching him this strategy right here, and we both had some results with it, but I think he quit then. By the time I hopped into TMB, he quit trading. But yeah, the strategy was, as you can see, like, it has something because it was mechanical, but I was missing the system around it. I was missing the what to do with news. When was the last time I get to place the limit? Was the latest time field before the new session? Do I do 2 trades a day? Do I maybe, where my stop loss should be, maybe like below the inverse fair value gap, or a little bit below the candle that inversed, or so there was a lot of holes. So the strategy itself is not that bad because it started to be mechanical. Sweep, inverse, entry, sweep, inverse, entry. Okay, nothing else. But then I missed the system. I missed the system that I do not cover because I did not know about these things. I didn't know that I should have a latest time field. I didn't know that I should avoid these news, and when do I close before the news, and what happens after news? When do I enter into news again? Okay, so I was missing lots of things. Also, do I only trade this pair? Do I do more pairs? Stuff like that, okay? And then I saw Berg's YouTube, like Instagram reel about mechanical trading, and I said, oh, this is what I started doing. Let me hear about this guy. What does he do? So payouts, so certificates, so the community, and he basically hopped on a call with me for free, okay? Showed me I showed him what I do. He showed me what he is doing, how his strategy sounds, and I just saw that basically where I started going towards this mech path is basically where I would end. I would say in like 1 to 2 years after just developing on my own is basically TMB. Okay, so I would probably just do something similar. I would come up with some, like, obviously if I make a mistake before news, I would come up, I maybe have to close before. It would take way much longer. And then I actually realized, okay, this is the move. This is a mechanical strategy that has all of these rules that I'm missing, and some of these I didn't even know about. So this is the thing. I have to move on to this. Okay, so now what I did is I bought a 10K. So now we are going to go over my journal right now, and we are going to go to the global sheet. And here you can see the 16th of June 2025 is actually when I placed my first TMB trade, and we can go ahead and take a look how that looks. Okay, 16th of June here. This is, by the way, from the old model. I was still trading the old model before I actually hopped into TMB because I first needed proof in TMB. Okay, didn't really backtest. I jumped straight into it because it was very simple to learn. The mech model, as you know, is very simple, and these are all my old criteria for my old model. Just too long, lots of journaling and stuff like that. But let's actually hop into TMB. Okay, so I took first 2 losses. As you can see, it matches with this. So gold and oil on the same day, and that looks like this. Okay, first ever TMB trade right here. Oil loss and gold loss, went up in profit, then straight down. And now I just kept doing this. I just kept executing the TMB model while I was still trading the other model. Sorry if it's a bit dark. I hope you can actually see me still. The sunset was there, but it's not anymore. But let's finish this video, okay? So just kept applying on that 10K, and right about here, the 10K was 1 trade away from being blown. Okay, the phase 1 10K was 1 trade away from being blown here, and as you can see, I was trading German 40 for this one, just random pair trying to make this strategy work. Okay, I did end up following the trade every single time because it was so simple to follow. And then after that, we finally got the winning streak. I never really blew my first 10k, was one trade away, but then we got this win, and then we got back in Jordan a little bit, this win, back a bit in Jordan, and then boom, straight up past both phases and got my first ever payout. I'll show you that as well. Okay, here it is, the first payout of my life, purely from TNB. Now how did that look? Okay, 24th of July 2025, 10k account. I grew it to 1% and decided, holy fuck, after 2 and something years, actually 3 years, I'm now able to request a payout from this game. Holy fuck. So I did that. Boom, requested a payout, 1% payout, ended up getting like 120 euros after the, I got the refund as well. But it said $81 because that's after the profit split without considering the refund. And I posted the first video about it as well. I was documenting my journey the whole time about it, even when I was unprofitable, because my goal with documenting the journey was actually showing people if this is possible or it isn't possible. I'm gonna be the one that's gonna show you if trading is a scam or if it's gonna work. Now by this time I was thinking, holy fuck, I proved everyone wrong. I shown everyone that I can get a payout. Now obviously, the first video that I posted with the payout actually blew up to 150k views. I'll put a picture somewhere in the screen. And I was like getting a lots of hate comments about small payout, blah, 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 blah. But in reality, people who get payouts or get to a payout is actually like top 5% of traders, let's say. I think the statistics is actually a bit lower, but I'm going to say top 5 or top 10% of traders all over the world. Okay, so this was a huge achievement to me, and I finally proved everyone wrong. I finally proved that I can actually get paid from this game. Now the next step is, how do I get paid more from this game? Okay, now as you can see, I kept applying my model, the TNB model, and by this time I got the payout. I decided, okay, I'm going all in on this. I've been trading for 3 years, I've never got a payout, never passed anything, and then I started this model, and within the same month, within the first month, I passed the account and I got a payout. Okay, so I'm locking in on this model 100%, working 2 jobs at the moment. One at the, I was cleaning the villas over the summer, and then I was also working at the gas station washing windshields. Okay, so that was basically a voluntary work. People just give me, if I wash the windshield, maybe 1 to 2 euros or something like that. And I was basically doing both of them jobs just to be able to put it back into the game, get more money into the game, buy more evals, try to pass more evals, and actually scale up in this game. Okay, and as you can see, this was the first thing that actually worked for me. Okay, I kept trading it, blah 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 blah. Had my first ever losing month. This is how it looks. The total was minus 5 hour. I'll show you that as well later, the Notion monthly review. But in the end, I was making a shit ton of R in a very short time. And as you can see, by the end of the year, by the end of 2025, which was basically less than 6 months, I was trading the Mac model. I did 77. Okay, this is 2026. Let's go back down a little bit. Boom, here. 67 hour just from the TNB model out here. Okay, so that was crazy. That was crazy results to have in 6 months. And I ended up, by the end of the year of 2025, my goal was to have 100k in funding at the beginning of the year, and I actually had 500k by the end of 2025, which is crazy. I think it was 535k, and that was just crazy to imagine how fast your life can change. Okay, I just came across a guy with a beard, listened to him, saw that this is the thing for me, jumped onto it, traded it every single day, and boom, my life changed. Okay, so the main reason why it was so easy to follow is because it had that structure. And then I realized also that psychology isn't really that big of a deal when you have a whole system around every single thing in your trading. When you have that, you are inevitable to succeed, inevitable to follow your model every single day. Okay, now let's go into the monthly thing. If I go to my current journal right here and then go to statistics, we're gonna see each month. Obviously, this is the last day of March, and I believe I'm ending it in profit. Yeah, 2 hours in profit. A little bit slower start to the year, but it is what it is. In February, I had no payouts. In January and March, I had payouts. And this is how it looks. This is how it looks 2025. Let's go. Boom. This is how my full year of trading looked. And now you can see that this right here is my old model, just trying to make it work. End up in profit by the end of this, but I decided this is the thing for me. Hopped onto TMB here, had 2 great fucking months, and then the whole of the year was actually 2 great. Okay, we made 71 hour across both models at that time. Obviously I stopped trading after I hopped onto TMB, my old model, and first losing month, break-even month, two losing months in the last 6 months of the year, and some great results here, and basically transformed my life. Okay, and yeah, obviously by this time I was just trading the TMB Mac model and nothing else, and just being consistent with it, following the rules every single day, buying more evals, and then now we are currently at 700k in funding with all of the firms. Got like 30 plus payouts so far from this game, and now I'm out here in Thailand with the boys, which is crazy to me. That was one of the goals when I first even started this, because Berg was all the time saying in this video, you can be here with us, you can be here with us. Like you who are watching this video, you can be here. And obviously I wanted to do that, and now I'm actually here with them. So that's crazy to think about. Oh, and yeah, I forgot to mention, yeah, Berg basically gave me all the sauce for free on a call, but after my first payout, I decided to invest it into the VIP, and then I even realized, fucking hell, I don't know half of this shit. I got the payout from the simplest like model right here, but there's more to it. There's more things I need to know. There's the back end, there's the front end, little things that you can actually move. So yeah, crazy stuff to think about, boys. And that's my complete day trading transformation, okay? From nobody to somebody. Took me 3 and something years to actually find what works, TMB Mac model, hopped onto it, and then basically from last 8 months, I transformed my life, okay? So from June to now, transformed my whole life, and that's only 8 to 9 months. Unbelievable how things can change in such a short time. But I did work for it, so it's all deserved, okay? Boom, boys. Showed you everything right here, and I cannot be more grateful to this. And that's it, boys. Crazy journey. Came out the Croatian village to Thailand with the boys. Just unreal sort of stuff. Thank you, boys, for watching this video. Hopefully you find this at least a bit inspiring, and at least a bit proof that you can do the same thing, even if you are out of a Croatian village like I am, or anywhere else. And yeah, if you do want to work, I also have, like, now at this point, obviously, I have a mentorship and everything. I'm teaching this model and teaching the back end, the front end, everything, including my mentorship. So if you want to work with me one-to-one, you can check the link in the description. Or if you want to join the free TTC Discord, you can do that as well. Get involved like I did the first time. Get some payouts, then enter the VIP, or enter the VIP right now and get involved. That's all I'm gonna say. Thank you, boys.